Concert Crew Podcast, we back again.
Yes.
Oh, man, today, man, we are live. Go Vegan Philly.
Yes, sir.
Wilmington, Delaware, man.
Come on.
We here with our special guest, 607 North Lincoln Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Stand up.
We here with our special guest, owner of Go Vegan Philly, Shaun Thomas, man. Welcome to the Concert Crew Podcast.
Clap it up.
Yeah. we had to come here and feel the vibe.
Yes,
we had
sir.
to come here and feel your whole vibe, man.
Castle, man. It's the castle right here.
Yo, man, thank you for having us, first of all.
Yes.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Go
for
Vegan
reaching out.
Philly.
I was so mad I couldn't get that first one done, man.
That's
When
all
y'all
good.
first
It's
called
all
me, I
good.
was like, oh, my God, man. I hope the brother don't be like, man.
Nah. It's all love. Trust
I
me.
was so upset, man. I couldn't even talk to him. When I called Brother Carl, I couldn't even talk to him for long. I was so mad that I was calling him to tell him that I couldn't do it.
Nah, it's all good. It's all
good, man. We definitely linked up, so it was in due time, man. We definitely was gonna link up, but it's great to be here. Your restaurant, it's a great vibe in here.
Super
but before
dope,
we
super
even get
dope.
into the restaurant, like tell us about a little bit about who is Shaun Thomas. Like before we got to this point.
Yes, man. Shaun Thomas, man, is just an ambitious human, ambitious person. You know what I'm saying? Always looking down the road for what's next, man. What he can get into that can impact his people positively. You know, before getting into this business, I was a rapper. I was doing hip hop.
Wow,
that's dope.
And stuff like that, man. So I was in that game. So Shaun Thomas is just always ambitious, man. Never giving up. Even though I had some moments in my life, you know, where,
We all do.
Yeah.
you know, I kind of, gave up or felt like I did. But man, I'm always just trying to keep my head up, man, and trying to keep people's head up around me to just see always the bigger picture, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But you can count on one thing from Shaun: he gonna keep it moving.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Keep it moving.
That's dope, man. So you before you got to the Go Vegan restaurant point, like where did your journey start in like the vegan lifestyle? Like how did that start? How'd you get to that point?
About 2015. I'm in Beaufort, Georgia.
Wow.
Of all places. So, but before I got down Beaufort, let me back it up. I had it in my head that I wanted to go plant-based.
Okay.
I wanted to stop eating meat.
Was there a reason why, or medical conditions?
Just looking
or?
at family stuff, man.
Yeah.
Seeing, my mom, grandma, aunts go through high blood and diabetes and stuff like that.
That's all of us, actually.
Right.
You know
And
what
I'm saying to myself, like, okay, inevitably, I'm most likely next. That train is probably going to hit me because I figured the hereditary thing that we shared was the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, the hereditary thing was that menu.
Yes.
That just keep getting passed around and passed around.
Generation to
Lifestyle.
generation.
You understand
Gotta
what I'm saying?
fry it. Gotta,
You feel
you know
me?
what I'm saying?
So I'm like, all right, I want to make that change there for those reasons. But then, but I didn't know what that looked like at the time. Was it pescatarian or vegetarian or vegan? I really didn't know what lane I wanted to be in.
Right.
But I knew with me personally, I'm like, I gotta go all the way, because if I don't go all the way, I'm not gonna go at all.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, if I get invited to a cookout and them ribs over there, and I'm a pescatarian, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm still eating some kind of meat, so let me get a little couple wings,
Right.
Now I'm back off the horse, But so I'm like, I'm gonna just go, man. Cold turkey, I did it overnight, man. I just went from eating one way to the next day saying I'm not gonna do this again. But I'm in Beaufort, Georgia. When I decide, okay, I'm gonna start now. I'm visiting a good friend of mine that lived down there in Georgia, and I was gonna stay with him down there for 3 weeks. My family, my wife and my kids. Horrible place to start a vegan.
Yeah, down south.
The South period is not good.
At that time,
capital.
it wasn't a great idea. I mean, I'm just smelling barbecue hitting me every which way down the road.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, wow. But asked my buddy. I said, yo, is it like a smoothie bar or some type of something near here? Googled, found something that was like 1.5 miles away from the house.
Wow.
And it was probably the greatest thing that could happen to me, man, at that time, because not just, I got my cuisine or the thing I was looking for,
right?
But the people that I met there was so genuine. Like, I mean, I come from Philly, man, you
Right.
know, so it's just like, it's tight, man.
Yeah,
you know, it's
right,
like,
right,
you know, be on guard, be on this, head on the swivel, you got to be, you know. And when I walked in there, it was like, there's no place I walked in before, man. I could just felt it, like, from the people. And then it was this guy named Brad. So Dan is the owner. Beautiful, man, beautiful brother. And he had people in there like Brad from New Orleans, then somebody else from Texas or somewhere. Brad just gives me a hug, and I'm looking like, man, what the hell going on? What the hell? So if people want to know where my hugs come from, you know, when I'm hugging everybody, Brad, man, down in Beaufort, Georgia, he hugged me, and I'm like, and he said, you know, you never know the mood that people are in, you know, when they come around you or when they come in this place. So we give a hug because it could change the mood if they're upset, if they're sad, because he said to give off this thing called oxytocin. That could change a person's mood.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
So I'm just right from the door, I'm learning.
Right.
I'm just stepping foot in this place and already
Just
some
feel the
knowledge.
love.
I never, you know, I was 35 years old by then, and I'm like, I never heard oxytocin. What is, you know, all, you know, and it did, because the people in there were so beautiful, man. Not just the people that worked there, but even the customers came in, and you could tell when they crossed that threshold, something happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was the most beautiful people, all kind of walks of life of people. And when I left there, man, in my head, I'm like, I want to be like them. I gotta be like them, man. Like, I didn't want to be angry no more. I didn't want to be depressed no more. I didn't want to be stressed no more. I didn't want anything any baggage that I came in there with, I left. I'm like, I gotta be like them, man, because I know they're human, so I know they go through stuff too. But something about them didn't allow them to put that on other people in the moment, or you know, working there. It was like, you know, we go in places and sometimes the people working there be mean as hell, and you know what I'm saying? And you're like, what the hell's going on here? You know what I'm saying? But in there, and when I tell you, I was down there for 3 weeks, I went there every single day.
Wow.
Every day, and I would stay there for hours like I worked there.
Really?
I would just sit at a bar. He got a little bar like mine, in a little place about as big as my first floor, because he sold, like, you know, maca and Seymour. He was selling all of this stuff then that I never heard of.
Wow.
You know, and so it was like a little supplement shop too.
Yeah.
Right.
Along with it being like a smoothie and juice bar. They was making it right on the spot, right in front of you, pressing it. And I would just sit at the bar, man, for Dan to tell you, man, Juice is Wild is what it's called. Juice is Wild. I would sit there, man, 4 or 5 hours, man. I'll stay there until he closed. And I would just learn stuff. I would just watch everybody, man. I was like, I hope they don't think I'm casing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we know he from Philly, you know, he
Philly-
ain't from
Philly
here.
boys,
We don't
man.
know what's going on with this cat.
Right.
Where them
But I was
cameras at?
just learning, and above all things, what I feel like God sent me there for was to learn how to treat people all over again. Because I learned how to treat people, man.
That's
you know
big.
What I'm saying? Coming in with, like I said, with any kind of baggage that was on me from all my childhood, teenage, and growing up, and me thinking that this is who I am and this is how I'm going to be, it wiped all that shit out of there, man.
Wow.
Excuse my language. It wiped it
you're
all
right.
out
Cool.
of there, man. And I'm like, man, I just want to be that happy, man, or that joyful. And it was the most joyful people, man. I'm like, what? I'm thinking, like, is it the juice? Is it the ginger shots? Like, what is it that make y'all like that, man? I'm like, it's got to be what they putting inside that make them this calm, man. This, you know, and I learned so much, man. Oh, my God, I learned so much from, like I said, people. I would just talk to customers coming in, sitting on each side, and talk to Dan, and he was the most open, like, man, Dan is the man. Little black guy,
Shout
man.
out to Dan. That's shout out to
Man,
Dan.
shout out to Dan,
That's
man.
love.
That's my first inspiration right there, man. Dan. And when I left there, I was like, yeah, I gotta be like them.
Now, you know what's crazy? You know, when I started my journey, Shaun, you know, I'm going on like 8 years now myself, man. And what happened to me is I was kept on going away out the country, man, different places, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, and when I eat their food, it would mess me up so much. I'm like, yo, why is their food mess me up so much? And then somebody was like, because the food that we used to eat in here is so processed that our bodies don't know how to take it. So
some pure stuff.
So pure stuff. Like our bodies don't know how to process it. It's messing us up. It's like rejecting it. Like, nah, we don't want that. We don't want that. And that was the point where I was like, you know what? I need to stop eating meat, man. I need to stop eating meat. And it was a lot easier than I thought I thought it was going to be tougher, even being around people with chicken, you know, some of my favorites, chicken, turkey. But it hasn't been. I had a couple hiccups, but for the most part, it hasn't been as hard as I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be
because so many options nowadays.
Yes.
You know, even with the fast food, that might not be the best, but it's definitely more options.
It's got more stuff. Even some non-vegan restaurants I have.
Little
menu or something now. But you figure back then when we started back then, you couldn't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing was like dairy.
Yeah, ice
dairy
cream,
for me.
cheese.
I mean, I could eat some Haagen-Dazs ice cream for dinner and go to bed. You know what I mean? I could eat some butter pecan Haagen-Dazs, you know, the pint, and be like,
and go take it
I'm
out.
good. I ain't need nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't worried about like the red meat or nothing like that. For me, it was more like this dairy, and I was a seafood guy too.
Yeah.
Specifically, blue crabs was my thing.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So below dairy was the blue crabs, man. I could sit on the porch with a bushel.
Go to work.
You know what I mean? Go to work. Get your newspaper. Get your, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, if I can get off of this dairy, though, I'm like, I can get off of anything. I can get off of it. If I had any kind of addiction, anything, if somebody tricked me and put me on something, I can get off it. If I can get off this dairy, I can get off anything. And I got off it, man.
That's tough.
I got off it, man. And I had bad sinuses, bad stomach issues for years and years, and doctors, nobody could figure out what's going on. Went plant-based 2 weeks like that.
Wow.
And
Cleared the whole system.
And you feel a lot of people I know, they also say like they feel better, their body feels better, they got more energy.
Yes.
'Cause you know how, you know, something we joke about in the black community, like when you eat you get the itis, it brings you down. Hey, like, no, I feel better, I got more energy to do different things, I'm not just falling asleep.
The difference in the plates is one plate the food has life.
Yeah.
It was giving you life, giving you that energy. The other plate was something dead.
Yeah.
Decomposed. So that's the itis. That's shutting you down, you know, putting you to sleep in that dead state. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, and early I was like pushing hard, you know, advocate, don't eat meat. But nowadays I'm just more like implement more plant-based in your diet as much as you
Switch
can.
it up.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, give that variety, man. Just plant-based as much as you can. Even if you insist on eating meat, I say just do it old school. Slow cook it. You know what I'm saying? And buy it from a good source, like a butcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not the market, because the supermarket, they don't really care about that stuff that's in there.
Right.
You know,
Wanna
they
get
make
it out.
more money off of selling bleach and brooms and tissue than
Yeah.
they do anything else. So if something happened to you with the meat, they just write you a check. Hey, you died? Okay, go ahead. But you know, the butcher is like, this my thing.
Yeah.
This
Right.
what I, you know what I mean? This what
Right.
I sell, man. So it's got to be fresh. It's got to be right. It's got to be good. So I say, man, go to that butcher, man. Get you some nice fish, a piece of meat, whatever you're doing. Slow cook it, man. If it is something good in there, don't burn it all out. You know what I'm saying? But as much as you can, just implement as much fruits and vegetables in your diet as you possibly can every single day.
Yeah.
You know, my son, last year, towards the end of last year, I've been trying to get him, you know, to stop eating meat for a while. All of a sudden, he just goes cold turkey like that. His birthday was in November. He's like, Dad, for my birthday, I'm gonna stop eating meat. I'm like, all right, word. I'm encouraging it. Okay, that's great, son. He actually started a month before it. He's more of a diehard than me now. Like I barely like eat grass around this dude. But one thing he said, which I liked, he was like, people was like, Carl, what made you start? His name Carl too. They like, Carl, what? They asking him like, what made you start your diet? He said, man, I'm not on a diet. I want to live it.
Live it. That's right.
I said, I like
Live it.
that.
You know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
that. I like
For
that.
real. For real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Trying
You
to
know,
live, man. I ain't trying to die.
live. I trying to live. My thing is, I don't know what's in the cards for me, what God got in the cards for me for how long I'm going to be on earth. But whether that's 40 years, 50 years, 100 years, while I'm here, I want to be in the best condition I can possibly be in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
While I'm here. So it's not about me trying to outlive anybody.
Right.
But whatever years I get, you going to see me live the best ones ever. Not like when they caption it on Instagram, living my best life. No, really.
Yeah.
I'm not on no medication. Nobody got to take no blood, no sugar, no this, no that. That's really living your best life right there.
I agree
When
with
you
you.
got that health right there.
You can get up, you can
agree.
walk out of bed, you can
feel me?
stretch and exercise.
I got
you can-
family members
yeah.
that if they miss a pill, they hold day shot.
Yeah.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
And they
If
depend
miss,
on
they
them pills.
depend on it. And if they
Yeah.
miss one, they got to take 4 or 5 different ones. And if they miss one of them, they whole day is shot.
Yeah. It's
That's
They
crazy.
why
got to go lay down. They got to go to the hospital. They got to, you know.
That's why I'm not big on giving kids pills at young ages, because they just get dependent for it
Yeah.
for the rest
Right.
of their
Their
life,
life,
man.
man.
Nah,
Right.
absolutely, man. It starts it like that diet. The money don't matter if you can't get up and if you're not healthy enough.
Cares?
Like if you don't got health, none of that money matter, man.
Steve Jobs, who had more money than he had,
Absolutely.
he couldn't make it to 57 years old.
Yeah,
Kidney shot, kidney
no
stone,
joke.
whatever he had.
Yeah.
But whatever he had, money couldn't buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't buy an extra day.
Money couldn't buy it. The man got billions sitting on top of billions that's sitting on top of billions and couldn't buy his health back.
Yeah.
So who cares when there's a 90-year-old man somewhere that didn't have a tenth of what he had, but he alive, he with his family, or she with her family, they chilling. You know what I'm saying? So, really look at that picture, man, and say we out here chasing money and thinking that they put in our head that money is this, money is that. And no, health first, because if you ain't in good health, you can't spend that money anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
health is
enjoy
the true
You can't
wealth.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
You spend it all you want,
wealth.
but you can't. I want to enjoy mine.
And spend it with, and spend the time with your family, healthy.
Man,
It
if
don't
I'm
get no
spending
better than that.
$50 or 50,000, I want to enjoy it.
Yes.
what
I
I'm
agree.
saying?
Absolutely.
Yo, so when you went full vegan, was there any backlash from your family? Like, oh, Shaun thinks he's too good to eat burgers, or
Some jokes.
Definitely jokes.
You know what I'm
Jokes.
saying? But I think they knew like he doing something good for himself, and they just was more curious. You know what I'm saying? As to what it was and why. Why I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? And they probably thought it was gonna be short lived. More than anything, like probably like, well, he'll be back.
Right.
Save him a little plate. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then as it went on, like, no, he's serious about this. No, he really serious about this. And now a lot of my family members, they'll try things because I suggested to them. You know what I mean? Like I was telling them then, no, man, you better do that. Now when they get sick, who they call? Hey, man, what you think I should be doing?
Think about this.
That's dope.
But I love it though. That's why I took this journey and try to get the knowledge so that I can help people.
That's dope.
What I'm saying? Help my family and anybody else's family.
that's all it takes is one person in the family just kind of spark the brain and get people even just having a conversation.
Only vegan in my family, only vegan in my block, only vegan in my community.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn everything cold turkey on my own with nobody I could talk to, nobody I can ask. But that was the way it was supposed to be for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's about.
Man.
That's what it's about.
So you started this in 2015. Are you happy with the way I guess technology, the more so like the information's getting out about being vegan?
Yeah, I guess you could say the only thing I don't like or take an issue with is sometimes is the overload of information.
Yeah.
It's the overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? It's like a computer or anything else. You can overload the system and people just shut down, just stand still. They don't want to do anything now.
Right.
Because there's just so much coming at them. They don't know what to do, who to listen
Who's
to,
right,
who to trust,
who's wrong.
right, who's wrong. You know what I'm saying? They're hearing just a shit ton of information. And now they're just standing still.
Yeah.
And they're not moving at all now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's the only thing. But I love technology because you don't have to wait now. If it's something you want to know, you can
Right there.
on that phone, that computer, whatever you got. You know what I mean? You can punch it up, you can pull it up. You know what I mean? It's like different sources, different kind of information on things. So you have no reason now to say I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So Shaun, what advice would you give to someone like they're looking at this right now and they like, you know what, I want to give vegan lifestyle a try, or I want to stop eating meat, or wherever they want to start at. Like, what advice would you give that person?
I would say always cleanse or detox your way into like a new phase.
Now, if they don't know what that means, explain that, please. So
you want to cleanse your system or detox the system of any of the old toxins or any of the old garbage. Just using real words, or the old garbage that's in there. Try to get as much as that out as you can before you start loading with the new stuff that you want to be in there. You want to just try to clear some of that debris, get some of that stuff out of there. So always cleanse, you know what I mean, because that's like the mental part of it. Starting to prepare your mind, to prepare your body for what's about to happen. What you're about to do. So I wouldn't advise you to do it like I did. I went from eating lamb and shrimp one night and fried chicken to, now I'm trying to eat some grass. And I'm like a heroin addict or something now. Now I got the shakes. I'm like, oh no, what am I doing? So take that journey, make it as easy as you can, ease yourself into it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. And nothing long. I'm talking about 10-day type of cleanse or detox thing. You know what I mean? Nothing all drawn out, 40 days, none of that stuff.
Right.
Just some, 10 days, man. But make a list. Make a list and put everything on that list that you want to stop doing. So I'm about eggs, dairy, red meat, turkey, lamb, chicken, whatever, smoking, drinking. Put some people on there too, because some people get up on out of your life.
Yeah, they got you definitely gotta get some up that.
Some
that
people
bad energy.
can, cause you, to do bad things or things you want to stop doing because they stress her, man. They might stress you in a way, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, man, I wasn't gonna smoke no cigarettes, but I done got over there and talked to her, got with her, and she done pissed me off, got with him, he done pissed me off, and now you back, you got the Newport back, because now you all, jittery, man. So that's why I say put some people on there too, man, and after that cleanse or that detox, just start marking a couple things off, man. A couple things off of that list, man. And then I say every season, try to get some things off of that list. You know what I'm saying? So you might not have to do a cleanse or detox every season, but do something. If you go on a water diet for a while, just a fruit diet, and then start to mark some things off of that list after you go on a 10 or 15 day water or fruit diet. You know what I'm saying? Start to say, boom, I can mark 2 or 3 more until maybe 12 months from then you could be fully plant-based.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to just rush into it and just dive into it. Take your time, man. Gradually do it. That way you don't get discouraged and you don't, get scared or get spooked. You know what I'm saying? Just easy going to it, man. That's the best way.
So you're saying like maybe like a fast a little bit?
Yeah.
Just to kind of break the whole body down?
Yeah.
Just to kind of get it back to square
one.
one?
I'll be careful when I talking to people and I use words like fast or diet, because a fast is when you ain't doing nothing at all.
Right.
You ain't drinking, you ain't eating.
Yeah.
So people tend to confuse that because they be like, I'm on a water fast. Well, that's not a fast. You on a water diet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or I'm on a juice fast. Well, you eating, so you ain't fasting. You know what I'm saying? Fasting is when we sleep. That means we ain't drinking and eating because we sleep. So that's a fasting, and you break fast once you start to drink or eat something. You know what I'm saying? So if you putting anything in, it's just a diet. You may just be on eating fruit or eating vegetables or fruit juice or vegetable juice or water. So those are diets. But fasting is when you just eating breath. You just breatharian. You know what I'm saying? Some Gandhi shit.
Well, what about that person that may have been, may have tried it and they may have had a slip up and they feeling discouraged?
Don't feel discouraged. That's life. You human. You human. That's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's going to happen. We all slip up at something. You know what I mean? Your slip up might have been you wanted to be vegan and you wound up eating some fish or had some eggs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody else slip up might be, they was going to stop drinking and they done took another shot of Henny. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody make you feel bad. You taking a step on a journey that's really, really tough.
Absolutely.
That's really tough, man, because you doing something, you've been doing it this way for your entire life. And then you just change. 30 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years of your life. And now you trying to, that's hard, man.
Yeah.
That's hard to do, you know what I'm saying? So, I hate sometimes when I be online and I see plant-based or vegan people, always talking shit. You know what I'm saying? All the time. You know what I mean? Always talking crazy to people, talking down. Like, man, this is hard, man. It's like drug addiction. Food is addiction, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People is really, it might be bigger than drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because even people that do drugs, they still eat. You know what I'm saying? People that eat might need to do drugs, but people that do drugs still eat. So food, man, consumption of food is the number one addiction on the planet. Just consuming all the wrong food, bad foods.
It's like the sugars that they get hooked on. They just, the fried chicken makes them feel good.
It ain't that bad, man. If you went plant-based or vegan and you was doing it for a good 30 days or 60 days and then you had to slip up, I ain't going to erase 30 days or 60 days.
Exactly.
You did good. Your body still thank you for them days. But just get back on the horse, man, and
keep going.
Keep going.
Dope.
Yo, so how do you feel about schools teaching the kids like how to eat better? Or, because I mean, like us as black people, like I feel like we're just now getting the message, like maybe we shouldn't eat so much fried foods because like that's what we're taught. Like you got to finish your plate, you got to eat this.
Man, I love it, man. It should have always been.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I plan to get into the schools and teach it. I do. I go to schools and teach it. I have a children's book coming out called Plant Based.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it should go, man. You know what I'm saying? You figure from our great-great-grandparents or our grandparents, they literally lived on farms.
Yeah.
So their food was really like farm to table.
Right.
with nothing in between. You know what I mean? Ours is making a couple stops before it get to us. So is it still the same thing when it left the farm? You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of process.
By the time we get to our plate, and you know that generation, they worked a lot, they moved around a lot, so they burned up a lot of calories. You know what I mean? If we gonna take it back to when they was picking cotton or picking sugar cane or picking tobacco, they out in the sun for 10, 12, 15 hours.
Sweating it off.
All sometimes 18, 20 hours sweating and moving. So they were able to burn up all those high calorie meats and stuff.
I never even thought about it like that, but that's right.
And now if you on that same diet and you bring that up to today, ain't nobody working like that.
That's true.
People sitting at home working
I don't
remote.
even care if you're a football player. You ain't working more than no slave on that field. You on that field for a couple hours, couple plays, and then you go sit on the sideline and be like, all right, coach, do I go back? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's just out running like that. You know what I mean? So you in a cubicle or you sitting on the couch at home eating that exact same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same. Those people
totally different.
Burn that up. So even when they ate it, even if you say they shouldn't have been eating it, okay, it's cool because I'm fitting to be outside for a long time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the difference right there. So that's why I say, you know, I got off of that, you know, just insisting on you stop eating meat and don't eat, blah, 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 blah. Nah, just try to, cut it back as much as you can, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if it's anything good in there, you know, just don't burn it all out, man. Just don't fry it all up to 1,000. Cook everything out of it. If it is something in there that could work for you, you know, you might burn it out at that temperature, you know, slow cook it, you know what I mean? But, you know, that's the difference, man. Way back in the day, man, it was different. They was literally living on the farm, killing what they needed to eat, taking it in the house and doing their thing, or fishing, taking it home, boom, and then hooking it up, man. We ain't doing none of that. Our stuff is already packaged, pre-packaged. You don't know where it came from, how long it's been sitting in the warehouse, or how long it's been in this market. So it's just different, man. And then, like I said, you eating and sleeping.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Or you eating and sitting all day in front of the computer, so that you ain't even moving that stuff around.
That's true.
Like
it's just sitting there.
Our grandparents did back in the day. It's a different lifestyle, different time.
But I think also, you know, with us, we all got to season it.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper, everything.
Oh, heavy.
Like we got weights on our hands.
We just can't get it over. Like, how much salt you need?
More salt, more salt.
That's where I say cleanse and detox, because you want to retrain your tongue. You know what I'm saying? And try to eat for nutrition. We more eat for taste when you should be eating for nutrition. What's more nutritious? More than what tastes is good. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm eating for taste, I'm always going to eat the cake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, what tastes better, this kale or this cake? You know what I'm saying? The cake is always going to beat it. But what's better for you? This cucumber, you know, this pineapple, this apple, this eating for nutrition is totally different than eating for taste. People that eat for taste getting hell for eating for taste. You know what I'm saying? High blood pressure through the roof, sugar through the roof, all this stuff through the roof. People that eating for nutrition ain't going for that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, man, just try to implement as much nutrition as you possibly can. Just to retrain your tongue. So now you're not a slave to that craving of sugar, salt, meat, potato, all this stuff, starches, you know what I'm saying? Because you done trained your tongue. Just like a boxer would train his fist and train his mind, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's autopilot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even when I do, you know, even if you're going to treat yourself a little bit and just say, you know, I am going to have a little piece of cake. You know what I mean? You don't feel bad. Your body don't, you know what I mean? It ain't that bad because, you know, this is what I really do right here. I eat for nutrition, but, you know, I'm in the party. Give me a little bit. After that, I'm done. I go back to what I normally do. And it ain't bad for me. I don't feel like I need to be over there eating that. I just can't stop eating that because I retrain myself. So I know what's really good for me, and that's what I do in abundance.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we in Go Vegan Philly right now, Wilmington, Delaware. Where did the Go Vegan Philly restaurant concept? Now we heard about your journey, how you became the vegan, and how you turned to that lifestyle. And where did you get the concept of taking it to the next level?
So, you know, because I was feeling so good, I wanted other people to feel that feeling. You know what I'm saying? And studying the industry and trying to see where I can get in and fit in. Where do I fit in? You know, and just talking to people. You know, first people kind of felt like it was like white people stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just us. It was what we've been doing since the beginning of the time. Eating fruits and vegetables, you know, so it's not white people stuff. It's everybody stuff. You know what I mean? You know, so I'm like, okay, boom, jot that down. Okay, they think it's white people stuff. Boom. And then I look in there and I say, well, it don't have anything that my people can identify with. for black people, man, I would say for most, you know what I mean, I don't ever want to talk overall, because,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So I'd say for most, man, especially where I come from, you know what I'm saying? You know, where we come from, the hoods, poverty, stuff like that, man. You give them something to identify with, they more likely to gravitate towards it if they can find something that's like them. You know, that's like me, you know what I'm saying? So if he can do it, I can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, another thing to jot down. It really don't have any face to it. They hearing plant-based, they hearing vegan, but they really can't put that cool factor to it or that identifiable, you know, face that they sure it's like them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sure Tupac is from where I'm from.
Yeah.
I'm sure Biggie's from where I'm from. I'm sure Jay-Z is from, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from. So it's just like that, you know what I mean? I liken it to like even using those guys like a Puff Daddy. People been going to the nightclub, man. Probably before Puff was born. Black people always been in the nightclub. Black people always been drinking and, you know, pouring champagne and all of that. But when Puff comes, it's like this. He gives it a face. The night scene now has a face to it. You know what I mean? It's just not just this thing that we do. The club is the face. No. He gives it an actual face.
Yeah.
So now when you go in the club, even to this day, when you in the club, you like, I need to feel like Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
In my section.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my chair, wherever I'm at, I needed to feel like it's a bad boy thing going on over here. And
Popping
can't nobody in the
bottles,
club.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I learned from stuff like that, being in music. I take them little cues and jot that down. Okay, you know, it should feel like this. Flavor. It's the flavor, man, that we gravitate towards, man. Black, it's gotta be flavor. It's gotta be cool. It's got, because we like, okay, this is cool, but who else is doing it?
Yeah.
First. Who else is doing this? You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that's a bad thing or a good thing to be that way. It's just a way that we are.
Yeah.
Who else is doing this, man? Who else that I can identify with that's doing this?
Right.
You know what I mean? And once they get that, they're more likely prone to try it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I never wanted to be a face, but I gotta be.
Yeah.
I gotta be, you know, because I was struggling with, how do I want to be? Do I want to change how I talk, how I walk, how I dress, how I am when I do this? What should I do? And my homeboy Sosa, man, shout out to Sosa. We in the studio one night. I'm just hanging out, and he a meat eater, man. Caribbean. He jerk oxtail. You know what I mean? Meat eater.
Curry, everything.
He says, I would be vegan just because you make it look cool.
Woo.
Whoa.
Heavy.
Jot it down. Another moment. Okay, boom. It's got to be funky, man. It's got to be cool. It's got to be, okay, cool. So I have to be the face now. And now I don't have to change. Don't change. That was my moment to say, be exactly who you are, man. Do not change it. Because if you change it, the people who you're trying to change won't follow you.
Yeah.
They won't. You'll lose them.
I agree, 100%.
You got to keep the white tee, whatever, the Timbs, unstrained, the Jordans. You got to keep the jeans, little sagging. Just be who you are. That relaxed my whole being right there.
Yeah.
Because I was just struggling like, damn, man. You know, I know who I'm targeting. I know who I want to get down with this, but I'm not sure how to go about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to think I changed, or I don't want, you know, and I don't want to lose everybody else, or, you know what I mean, everything else that, you know, I felt like I deserve or should be coming this way because of, but it was like God was just like, cool out, man. Cool out. I got you. Don't worry, I'm going to send you little nuggets along the way. That's going to, you know, you're going to know. That's me talking to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would be vegan because you make it look cool. Bam, I ain't got to do nothing now.
That's all it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to do nothing but be me, and then that was it. That's the spark. Then that drew everybody. Not just, like I said, not just my people, not just, it didn't matter, white people, Asian people, Hispanic people, everybody. Just, no, be like you, man. That's the draw right there. That's the draw right there. Just being authentically yourself, no matter what you selling, what you pushing. The thing that people really gonna look at and buy into is you.
Yeah.
First. And then they'll listen to the music. And then they'll try the food or whatever it is I said, whatever industry you into. But especially now, people buying into people first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could have a horrible song, but if you look like you got a nice but good personality,
Yeah.
or you know what I mean, look like you a cool cat, you a cool chick. Hey, we'll dance to it, we'll move to it. You know what I mean?
Lifestyle brand.
You feel me?
Yeah. Lifestyle
You feel me? But
Selling the
with me,
lifestyle.
I know that what I'm pushing is actually good for you. You know? So I feel even better at night with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just trying to use myself to give you no bullshit.
Right.
I use myself to give you something that I think can help you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So boom, that was it.
So the first store, how did first restaurant, how did the first
The
restaurant?
first restaurant was my house.
As it should be.
Yes, and
Gotta start.
but I'm gonna tell you, from day one, I was always calling it a restaurant. People
Right.
would ask me, I'd be like, I got a restaurant, and people would be like, oh, I'm gonna come by, and I would give them the address and give them the phone number, and they would show up to my house, and they'd be like, this ain't no restaurant.
Got
But
the
they
right
know
address.
in my mind, I
In
was
your
setting
mind.
it up
Yeah.
already for the future.
Yeah.
I was just setting it up, building. You know, they say words had power, so I just kept putting it out there, man. And I was serving food from my house, man. And
That's dope.
I give y'all the story. So, I was working in schools for a long time, man, for like 10 years, and I decided I'm gonna resign 2017. The night before, I was sitting on the bed like, tomorrow's my last day. Like, this is my last day working at this school. One, because I felt like they wasn't gonna let me do what needed to be done to help change these students.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had some great ideas, but they had their own ideas, their own agenda that wasn't working.
Yeah.
And sometimes I felt like it was purposeful for it not to work. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's another story. But I said, tomorrow's my last day. And when I went in there and I was like, man, I'm done. Like, I quit. It's over. I'm married. I got children. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. But that day, I never felt so light and so happy
Wow.
to walk away with nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I did the right thing that I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's 2017, August of 2017. I didn't even have Go Vegan in my head at this moment. I ain't had nothing. You know what I'm saying? Go Vegan actually started once I got the idea in like October. I called a buddy of mine. Hey, let's start a juice company. Go Vegan actually started as a juice company. There's all the juices.
Yeah.
But Vegan actually was
Great
a juice
juice.
company.
Yeah.
Great juice.
it's-
Great juice.
I like this.
Mind you, all the money I had in my savings, I bought all of this juicing equipment with it that I never used.
Never use. That's how I be sometimes, man.
I spent all of my dough on stuff that I never used because what happened was gradually Go Vegan got changed into more of a food restaurant.
Right.
So let's say October 2017, the idea comes, we're going to be a juice company. My buddy brings on his buddy. His buddy was a chef. He was a raw foodist.
Okay.
So he wanted to make like, he said, let's add like 5 or 6 different like salads and seaweed wraps, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just in case people want something to eat, we'll have something to eat for them.
Right.
They don't want smoothies and juices. Okay, cool. That was great for me. I had that popping idea. Let's go. I'm just so excited about, man, this new idea. That's October. December, this guy goes on what he called a month of silence, where he wasn't talking to anyone verbally, but he was texting. Now, the bad thing about it was we planned to start this mission in January, top of the year. But for the whole month of December, 31 days, you ain't saying nothing to nobody.
Sheesh.
Which for me was like, nah, I can't work with
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah. Why'd he do that?
We're about to start a business and you ain't talking right now.
Yeah.
But I was calling him, he wasn't answering. I told my buddy, he said, well, let me reach out and see where I get. He finally gets in contact with him. He called me back and said, oh, he on this month of silence thing, man, when he ain't talking. I said, well, I'm on a lifetime of not talking to him.
Yeah.
Because I'm done with it. Like, I'm
That's
cool.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah,
plan,
that's crazy.
that plan for January, because we had to find another chef.
Yeah.
So my plan was to be like the business side. I wasn't even in the kitchen yet.
Yeah.
I'm just like taking orders, I'm keeping the books, stuff like that, looking at all the, the analytics, data, seeing what we're doing, looking down the road, seeing what's next, blah, blah, blah. But I was in and out the kitchen, sort of like second or third in command.
Oh wow.
So we did find another chef, but this is how Go Vegan flip from juices and smoothies to food. This chef was like, I don't want to just cook no 4 or 5 things. I want to
Yeah.
do the damn
Open
thing.
menu. Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So juice menu went from there to, and the food menu went from there to,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? I swear, the smoothie and juice menu had about 100 different combinations on it.
Wow.
I mean, I wanted to outbeat every smoothie and juice company in the world with my combinations. And I had them.
Yeah.
I had them. But this is how it got flipped. So by the time we find him in January, we say, all right, let's start in February. Let's go. So we say, all right, let's have a taste testing party in January. We had a nice party, man. Everybody, like 100 and some people showed up. Great party. They loved it. But it was this black bean burger that the second chef made from scratch. That was like the hit at the party.
Wow.
Made it from scratch, man. And I mean, everything was amazing, but this black bean burger was the top. It was like the Big Mac, man.
That was the number
Like,
one.
it was like the thing. So, boom, party went off. We say, all right, we gonna, open up at the house, man. President's Day weekend. We say, all right, boom, we good. Now the scheme was, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we took pre-orders. Thursday we shopped. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we were open.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? From like 4 to like 10 o'clock. Great scheme because we never overspend because we saw the orders.
Yeah,
ahead of
see
time.
what you need.
You know what I'm saying? We knew exactly what we need.
So them over.
All right, so we get to the week of. We're about to open on that Friday. Thursday, the second chef calls me and he says he thinks he's going to be late, which is no big deal. All right, cool. No big deal, man. We'll handle everything until you get there. Boom. You know what I'm saying? But then he calls back the day of, about 3 hours before we open, and he says he's not coming.
Like, period. He done.
Whoa.
So at that time, I'm thinking he's not coming just that day.
Oh, he's done. Oh,
But
man.
he meant
It's a wrap.
he got cold feet.
Ah.
About leaving Uber. He was working for Uber.
Ah.
And he got cold feet about working for himself.
Ah.
Right? So here's the kicker.
You can do that on the side. That
Right.
makes no sense.
Here's the kicker. Everything on that menu, I and my partner did not know how to cook.
Oh, no.
You got all this,
all
all these ingredients.
Let me
You
tell
can't
you.
even make nothing.
We had so many orders for opening day that
Oh.
there was a dry erase board, right? Dry erase board. And all the orders was written on it so much that my wife had to get my daughter's like play school dry erase on one side and chalk on the other side. And we start writing them down on that.
Wow.
But now when I tell you about 80% of these orders was for that black bean burger
Yeah.
that nobody knew how to cook but him. Right?
So,
Now, here's the thing.
on
I'ma
a scale
tell
of
you,
1 to 10, how pissed are you
left
at
y'all
this
At
point?
this
hanging,
time,
man.
on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm on 27 with anger. But I'm telling you this story because I want you to see how God works, right? How God knows his children. And for me, it was the blessing and the lesson right there because I was dragging people along that may not have been cut for this journey.
Right.
Now, they were just only there to get me to the next stop and then got off, right? I say that because if he would have called me a week before or even 2 or 3 days before, I would have quit myself. But he made that call in such a short window of time, it was no turning back.
Yeah.
For me,
Right.
because I already put myself out there.
Right.
I already put this thing out there and I can't disappoint.
Yeah.
It's like, it's game time.
Yeah.
We in the tunnel. We got our hands in. We about to say prayer. We about to go. And when we say, all right, break, and I go turn around and go, and I look behind me, the team, nope.
I'm
missing some players.
Right.
Like, where's
But
everybody
the
at?
crowd is out
They
there.
out
The
there.
lights is on. The referees is out
Right.
there. What we gonna do?
Yeah.
You got a ball. You got a barbecue or mildew.
Right.
I got a barbecue.
Yeah.
I got a barbecue. You know what I'm saying? So that was the mentality, and I needed that moment because, like I said, just something telling y'all personally about me, I would have quit if he would have called me in enough time to quit. But God made sure that he gonna quit, but it's not gonna be enough time for you to quit.
Nah.
Yeah.
To show you that you can do the
You
thing,
can do
man.
it. I'm gonna push you.
You can do it. So now, like I said, we opening up at 4:30. I picked my wife up from work at 3:30. Luckily, she worked like 5 minutes from the house. She get in the car. She like, what's wrong?
I know you couldn't hide that. I know you couldn't hide that at that point.
Can't hide it. No words. She just look, what's wrong? I'm like, Q said he can't come today. She like, what? Yeah, he not coming. And I said, I need you to learn how to make a black burger in like 15 minutes. Mind you, my wife ain't plant-based at this time yet.
Wow.
She ain't never really cooked nothing vegan.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about like a vegetarian burger, gardenia or something out the freezer. I just need to learn how to season it. No,
nothing.
from scratch with these hands.
Yeah.
When I tell you she learned how to cook it, and not only did she cook it, learn how to cook it, she made it better than he did to the point where the customers didn't even know nothing was different.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Look at God.
It saved the ship.
Yeah.
Look at God.
You feel me?
Damn.
The plane was nose down and she pulled it up.
The crazy thing
feel
about
me?
it is she had it in her and she didn't even know though.
Yeah.
So
She
it was
didn't even know.
so
That's powerful.
everybody that was involved, God was trying to show everybody that was still there, yo, y'all can do this.
This is the team right
Because
here.
At this time, my wife really has no involvement. You know,
Right.
she was just going, help, be hands helping, boxing the food up, boom, whatever, getting into the cup, everybody was hands on, but to show like, nah, y'all really in there. Y'all got the squad. Y'all keep adding people to the squad, but you don't need. But y'all was
all
the squad
here. It's
already.
all
It's right
here.
here in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And man, she hooked that thing up, man, to the point where we haven't had it on the menu in a long time, and customers from back 5 years ago, call every now and then like, yo, when y'all gonna bring the black bean burger back? You know what I mean? Where's the black? What happened to the black bean burger?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I thank God, man, because like I said, if you would have called me in enough time, I would have just been like, you know what, man, F all of this, man. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been mad at God. Like every time I start something happened because, and throughout my life, something crazy always happened. Like as soon as I get to the door or one toe through that door, something crazy happened to me. And I just got pushed back out the door, man. So that would have been one more thing. I probably felt like, man, I ain't even want to live probably after that. You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't even want to live no more. You know what I'm saying? So, man, that right there was like, okay, that gave me that confidence. That gave me that. If I didn't have it before, that gave it to me.
Yeah,
Right.
you got
Like,
it now.
man,
Battery in the back.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
Let's
I'm
go.
LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go mode.
I'm Kobe Bryant now. Come on, I can do this without
do
Shaq.
whatever
You know
now.
what I'm saying? I can make this happen. Let's go, man. Put the jersey on me, follow me. We gonna win. You know what I mean? So that's how Go Vegan started. That's the start of Go Vegan.
Born.
Man.
That was just the start
That's
right
just how
there.
we started right there. You know what I'm
Nice,
saying?
man.
That's
Yo,
it.
that's
Look.
inspiring right there. That's inspiring. Listeners, man, that's inspiring right there, man. Like he just said, man, like everything he needed was right there within his team, within his family, and he didn't even know you're looking at all these outside sources for stuff in life, and it was right there. God had it right there, right where he needed,
man.
and they ain't even know that they was equipped with these tools. But it was
Here
there.
I am thinking that I was lacking, and I had it all.
Right next to you.
I was lacking, but I had it all. It's like God with Adam and Eve in the garden. And God like, y'all can have all this abundance. Y'all can eat from all of these trees. There's 1 million trees. You can eat from all of them. This is you. But this one thing, don't touch this. Just leave this one alone.
Just leave that one
Don't touch
alone.
that one. And what did they do? Focus on the lack
Yeah.
more than the abundance of what they already had. And that destroyed them.
Yep.
It destroyed them. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So I was so focusing on trying to put the lack. Oh man, you should be the cook, or you should be the cook. And I know, no, I'm already the cook.
Right,
Yeah.
you the cook.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already there. You know, so that's how it started, man.
Man, that's just the start right there,
Yeah.
man. Dope.
Yeah. So you talked to the chef lately?
So
I'm sure he's probably upset. Like, man,
I
I
didn't
dropped
hear
the
from
ball.
him for a whole year. A whole year after that. And he finally reached out to me on Instagram, just like trying to explain, but by then it was popping.
Like, man, you a day late and $1 short, man.
It was popping.
Now, what
Going
like
crazy.
year is this timeline wise?
That's 2018 when we started.
Okay.
And then I got into a restaurant space in 2019.
This is in the Philly area, right?
This is Conshohocken.
Okay.
Yep. So
it's a good area.
That was the Eisenberg Diner
Okay.
in Conshohocken. Shout out to the Eisenberg family, man. I got in there, and the owner of Eisenberg's, man, he allowed me to come in there and really learn the business, the restaurant business. Excuse me. I'm thinking, I'm just gonna go in there and just try to. Nope, he was teaching me.
He
from
taught you
the
the game,
front
then.
to
He
the
taught
back
you
of
the
the
game.
house.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah, man. Taught me from the front to the back of the house, man. Let me up in there, man. Older Jewish gentleman, man. Just brought me in. I'm just this young gun off the street, man. Like, I got this idea. I'm trying to get this thing off. You know what I mean? And he's funny, man, because he would always talk to me before he say something to me. Really try to correct my mistakes and things. He would always be like, I want you to think I'm an asshole. And I used to be like, Yeah, you about to be an asshole. Normally, you say that right before we always would laugh, you know what I mean? Then he would just always say, you should do it like this or do it like that. Or, you know what I mean? So I was really getting some lessons in there, man, that I thank him for. Because, I was just like, I was hungry, man. I was really hungry, man. And he opened his doors to me and taught me, like I said, not just food, man, just how this thing run, man, payroll and all kind of stuff that I had no idea about, what I'm saying? Like I said, front of the house and back of the house, man. And we won Best Vegan Restaurant, man, that same year, 2019.
Wow.
That's amazing, man.
Wow.
PA, man. And
it's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So, big time, man. And the thing was moving fast, man. It was moving and moving and moving, man. And like I said, man, I don't know who else did it like that, man. I don't know who else in the country or in the world was doing it like I was doing it, man. Like how Go Vegan was moving, man. But we put that thing out there, man, from that street level, man.
That's blessed.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you, see, when y'all talk about the vibe inside of here right now, the way it is, it came from the house. Because I can remember on them first couple days, when people would come to get their food, it would just be quiet in the house. And it was so many people in there one time. It looked like we was having a party. And, people just steady waiting, everybody chilling. But I'm like, I had a beat speaker. We just put it on. And people were just nodding after a while and talking and just trying to vibe. Yeah. That's where what you hear in here, what you see, how I feel, it just came from the house like that. And I'm like, again, another thing, I'm just mentally jotting down. When I'm saying, when I get my own restaurant, when I do my thing for real, it's going to be our type of music, you know what I'm saying? That hip-hop, that soul, that boom. And people just loved it, man. Like I said, all walks of people would just love it, man. And I made the house feel like a restaurant, man.
I'm going to be honest with you. My wife actually said, hey, it's like, babe, I found this restaurant. I want you to check it out because I'm always saying, like, it's not a lot of stuff that I like to eat. Like, it need to be more a restaurant. So she's like, I found a restaurant. Matter of fact, somebody told me, I don't know why. Somebody was like, I think DJ Jazzy Jeff owned it or something. Somebody told me that. I'll be honest, that's what they said. So I said, all right. And I know DJ Jazzy Jeff used to live in Delaware. So I'm like, oh, he may own it then. So I was like, oh, it's on the west side. Oh, I'm going to go check it out then. So I went there. The first time I walked in here, Picture Me Rolling by Tupac was on. I said, this is my kind of place right here. I said, this is a different vibe. I'm home. That's a big Tupac fan. I said, I walked in here and niggas playing Picture Me Rolling.
Right.
I knew this was a spot for me.
Like whatever restaurant you go here, Picture Me Rolling playing.
Picture Me Rolling playing. I said, this is my kind of place right here. Got me from the beginning.
Now you in my head. That was the feeling. Like, when I go to the Italian restaurant, they playing, Italian, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm coming in for that Italian vibe. If I go to the Asian spot, they playing, whatever they playing some Asian stuff or wherever I'm going. I'm saying, when I do my thing, man, I'm gonna play the music that we like, how we like it from all levels, from all mentality. Boom, and that's it. I'm talking about like Picture Me Rolling type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not even like the California Love. And you know what I mean? I'm like, man, that's the vibe. When I tell you, customers leave here and be asking for the playlist, like, is that Pandora? We were like, no, that's Go Vegan. I mean, carefully handcrafted, handpicked every single song. When I tell you, it's about 3 days worth of song on the playlist, and every single song is carefully picked, like everything, man, like all bangers, back to back for 3 straight days of just every song that come on. When you sitting in here and you eating, it's like customers say like, yo, every single song that came on, I couldn't really eat because I'm singing. I'm dancing in my seat. It's like
you just feel good hearing it.
Yeah. So I'm like, but that's what I want my people, man, when they come through that threshold, through that door, to feel like, man, we at the crib, man, we home. Just relax, man. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I feel like I got the weight of every black business on me. You know what I'm saying? Because we get a bad rap. Growing up or whatever, you hear people like, see, that's why I don't really mess with black businesses. Or
that's the worst,
definitely.
They don't know how to treat you and blah, blah, blah. Whether true or false, I came in the game with that kind of chip on my shoulder. One, to get people to see that vegan food can be tasty. But then 2 was, nah, man, black businesses, man, is some of the best places you gonna go in, and I'm about to prove it to you. I'm about to show you.
Yeah.
So when I love up on my people, man, when they come through that door, that's why I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ever wonder why I'm like that when y'all come in here, I'm human. I have bad days. Trust me. Because being independent, man, it's just tough.
Right.
It's tough, but I'm not gonna show it to y'all when I come through that door, because like my man Brad said down in Juice is Wild, you never know what people coming in here dealing with, man. I might be the thing to change their day and change their mood, And I had a customer, real good customer named Frank. He would come in all the time. And, I am who I am, being that person. But something bothered me that day, man. One day he came in, and when he came in, I wasn't the same person. But before he left, he made sure he checked me on it. He told me, like, hey, he was like, never change, man. He was like, because if you change, then it changes.
Yeah.
And I knew what he was talking about, though. You know what I mean? Because he was like, you never know, with people. He's like, man, he was like, he was having a bad day, a rough day. And he specifically came in because he knew he can come here to get his mood lifted up. But I didn't give it to him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The way I normally would.
Right.
That day I didn't give it to him because I let something or someone bother me, and then it changed me for far too long than it should have changed me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about whenever you're angry or grieving or upset, anything, if you throw a rock in a pond, that ripple of water, that's how long it should last. And then you got to get back to being you.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Back to being you.
Let it go, man. Don't let nothing drag you out, you know what I'm saying? Because that day, what happened like 4 hours prior.
Yeah.
But I'm still mad.
Right. Let it go.
I'm still mad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something I would tell people, man. If you could throw a rock in the pond, boom, and that ripple of water, when it disappeared, that's how long you should be angry. That's how long you should be upset.
And then it's also people that you encourage them with your energy.
Right. Yeah.
So they coming in here looking for Shaun to give them that kind of energy.
That.
And then when you don't get the energy, like, damn, Shaun ain't feeling good.
Right.
Hey,
they think like they gotta look outside, like it must be about to storm. I don't know what's about to happen.
Sunday,
Shaun. So I just want to remember, man. That's how I want black people to feel good, man. Be good, man. You know what I'm saying? So when they come in here, I gotta give it to them, no matter what's going on. I gotta give it to them that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long I'm gonna be on Earth, but when I go, I want people to be like, man, that dude right there was just made me feel great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He inspired me. He made me feel good whenever you're around. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that, I know that dude had some bad days, but I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell with him because he didn't allow himself to just be that way, man. That's the character right there, man. That's it.
So how did you make that transition from the Philly area restaurant to Delaware? How did that come about?
So my former partner, Charmaine, she became kind of like friends with the previous restaurant owner here. It was a vegan restaurant called V-Trap.
I think I heard of that.
Yeah. Her name was Kristen. She owned it, the spot. So she was leaving. She was planning on leaving. And she talked to my former partner, Charmaine, and was like, well, I'm gonna be leaving here. So if y'all looking for another place for y'all restaurant, y'all should think about coming here. So at first I was out here looking like, man, who the hell goes?
Did you know anything about Delaware? Did you know anything about Delaware at that point?
Not much, especially not the West Side, Little Italy. I ain't know nothing
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
side.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we come to Case the Joint, looking. I'm outside. I don't really see nobody walking up and down the street. I see old people, some Italian people. I'm like, what the hell? What we gonna be over here? Again, another one. What you gonna be is the shit over here because you're gonna be the only thing over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then I started to change my mental to that. Well, wait a minute. We'll be the only thing on this side popping. Now you got Union Street behind us. That's where all the abundance of restaurants is. You know what I'm saying? But on Lincoln, I'm the only thing on Lincoln. I'm the only thing. So I started to think like that. Like, well, you can't miss us because we the only thing over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever it's going to be, we can make it what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? From me thinking that I need to be in a popping area where things is already happening and, people are already there and blah, blah, blah. It was like, no, you could be wherever you want to be. If it's good product, if it's good, people going to come. If you build it, they going to come.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I was like, all right, let's take a chance on it. and it's been great.
And I seen a little sample just being in here before we even started recording, just while you were still open. I seen a little example of the traffic, the different traffic that you're coming in just for being, like you said, the only place on the block. And then they, once you get in here, they got you. Got them.
You got them. So man, we had people come from Philly, D.C., Virginia, Baltimore, Maryland, New York. Man, people that came here from the Bay Area, Texas. They come from all around New Orleans. Right. They come from, because vegan is few and far between, especially on the East Coast. It's not like the West Coast got an abundance. They got a shit ton.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And especially in Delaware right now, you can name the 2 or 3 that's here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not a lot. But then it's even fewer and farther between when you talk about something good.
Right.
That you really want to eat. Not rabbit food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something that's really tasty. You like. So people they'll drive for it, because I know when I started, I was driving, putting mad miles on my car trying to find some good food.
No, I will.
So that taught me against. Oh no, people, if you build it, they gonna come. You know what I'm saying? People will drive for some good food, man. And people come here and be like, man, we drove 2 hours from such and such Maryland, or we came here from all the way upstate Pennsylvania, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking in my head, like, I know that means we got some good shit.
It's definitely, I would definitely drive. And I'm one of them people that I always say, like talking to people, like the East Coast, like you said, the East Coast really. The South actually, is expanded. LA is crazy out in that market, but the East Coast is like you got New York and Philly, but outside of that, it's not a big abundance of good. Like you said, it's not just it's spots that got rabbit food. I don't want that. I want a good meal.
Rabbit food.
Yeah. So when you find a good place, you know what I'm saying. I'll take that ride for it.
Because when they come here, man, every day, once you find that good hit, you like, oh, I'm there. So. That stopped my worrying too. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, people come all the way down here to Wilmington, man, just for me, just for go vegan. And God was like, man, didn't I tell you?
Stop worrying, chill, relax.
You know what I'm saying? Them people come, man. Them people come, man. And like I said, we give them that Philly flavor, like the menu names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The black art on the walls, man.
Dope,
you know
dope
what I'm saying?
Which is very, very dope.
Definitely represented for the culture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, just the good food, man. And when people come, they don't want to leave, man. So I'm living the dream. Every day I get to be in my dream.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Absolutely. Beautiful thing.
Yes.
So let's talk a little bit about this menu right here. Yeah. So you definitely putting on for Philly. You got some of these names that you got the Fresh Prince, the Roots, Philadelphia international legendary record label, man. My personal favorite, the Broad Street Bully, Teddy P, Jilly from Philly, Phyllis Hyman. You got legends, man. You definitely putting on to the. What made you take on the menu names and really representing for the Philly culture?
Man, that's the city that raised me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the city that knew me first, took a liking to me first for whatever I was doing before food. So I got to put on for them. I got to, man. I never leave them, no matter where I go. You know what I'm saying? They going to know. I'm Shaun representer, you know what I'm saying? In the streets in Philly, they call me Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always representing. So when we coming up and crafting these dishes and we tasting them, I'm saying, man, who in the city hit like this? You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about that fresh fish, that freshwater fish is like, okay, that's like Fresh Prince right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the Fresh Prince. I like it. The Jazzy Jeff when I'm mixing, these peppers with these onions and with this quinoa and with all of this stuff, I'm like, it's like I'm in the mix, like I'm going from record to record, hitting the turn.
Talk that talk.
So it's like, okay, that's that Jazzy Jeff right there. You know what I'm saying? You talking about that Teddy P is like that soul of the city. So that Teddy P is that fried chicken with that mac and them collard greens with that cornbread. You know what I'm saying? That's that soul right there. You know what I mean? And then we just talking about like that Phyllis Hyman vegan crab cakes. Where they do that at? Who got that? That's the voice right there. Like, that's one of a kind. That's like, you ain't gonna get that again. You can't get that nowhere else. You got that's Phyllis. The Phyllis. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
You feel me? The Broad Street Bully. Oh, that's what it is. It's just the bully. It's just everything. anything moving, the bully gonna stop it, shut it down. You can't get by.
I'm trying to try new stuff, but I can't get past the Broad Street Bully, man. Like it's like my third time. I want to try new stuff, but I'm loving I'm loving the
has
cheese
the
steak.
identity of like the people we name it after. You know, that Jilly from Philly, that's that jerk spicy little thing right there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jilly. What up?
Shout out to
you know what I'm saying?
Legend.
You know, so that Philly International, you know what I'm saying? Just the hits. It just hit like that.
Hits.
You know what I mean? That everybody, that's just the hit. You know
I like it.
So I plan on doing like a Billboard chart of food here.
Oh, nice.
Like every week, you know, something gets replaced as the number one hit, like the top 5.
Okay,
you know? So
Dope,
like a top 5, because every week I'm looking at the thing saying, and this week Broad Street Bully was the thing, but then next week it'd be the Teddy P was the thing. The week after that it'd be the Jilly from Philly.
So it keeps switching.
Yeah.
Switching, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That's
You know what
dope.
I'm saying? And if it don't switch, then it's like, you know, Broad Street Bully was number 1 for 30 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo,
You know
the
what I
Broad
mean?
Street Bully, I ain't gonna hold you. It tastes like a real cheesesteak, y'all. It ain't like
I got one sitting right over there.
Man,
I'm about to
we got some
indulge
on
in
deck.
after.
I'm telling you, yo, I had some before. Like, yo, it's hitting. That's the difference between, you know, like he said, man, that rabbit food, man, that dog food, and some real good food,
Yeah,
man. Like these cheesesteaks hit.
Oh, we can make it hit,
if you
man.
like a Philly cheesesteak, then you're gonna like the Broad
You
Street
can't
Bully.
tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference, man.
And that's another key thing with me too. Like if I'm gonna call it that, it's gotta be like that. I don't want to be like, oh, we got cheesesteaks, then you eat it. Like, this ain't no damn.
What is
Like, oh,
this?
we got fried, you know, some fried chicken head, but then you eat it like, man, this ain't no, you know what I mean? Oh, we got mac and cheese, you eat it. That ain't no damn mac.
Yeah.
You know, everything got them collard greens, got to hit like they remember them, you know, from your grandmama. This stuff got to hit like that, and if it don't, then I get it up out of there. I don't know. I work on it until it hit like that. You know,
That's dope, man.
Man, that is. So the Philly, so what is it about the Philly, you know, just from your names or your menu, you definitely bringing all the whole Philly vibe to this restaurant. What is it about like that Philly's influence on culture, man, that is like makes Philly so revered out of different destinations around the country?
We just different, man. You know what I'm saying? We might sometimes fight amongst each other, but we got each other's back for real. You know what I'm saying? But anybody else outside, you know, growing up in Philly, man, was special. You know what I mean? Because in itself, it's like some different worlds there, you know, from uptown to North Philly to West Philly to Southwest to South Philly. You know, everybody kind of, it's Philly, but everybody kind of got a little something different about them in each little part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in each section, you'll learn something about this section versus that section versus another section. You know what I mean? I just loved it, man. I just loved growing up. I'm from uptown. That's my part of town, G-Town, up in Philly, man. So I just think there's no place on earth like Philly, man. You know what I'm saying? And we don't get the credit that we deserve for the things we put America on. You know what I'm saying? From us, from the slang to the foods to the dress, the clothes, everything. You know what I'm saying?
The music,
hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, it's just man. I love it, man. I love everything about Philly, man. You know what I'm saying? Even the bad stuff. You
gotta take the good with the bad. You gotta take the good with the bad.
But we gonna be all right, man. Yeah, we'll be all right.
Gotta push through. Yeah. So let's get back to the hip hop side. What's your top 5 Philly hip hop artists?
Ooh, man. That's how you doing it?
Yeah.
Top 5, not including myself.
Not including yourself.
Not including myself. Top 5, I would go.
That's tough.
I'm gonna go.
It's a lot.
Teddy
to
P.
choose
Woo.
We gotta go.
The
Teddy
legend.
P. Yeah, we gotta go Teddy P. We gotta go. Beanie Siegel.
from. Beans.
Gotta go Beans.
Broad Street Bully.
Gotta go Fresh Prince. Gotta go Fresh Prince.
Don't sleep on Fresh Prince as an artist, man.
You better not.
Man, the brand new funk is one of my all-time favorite songs, man.
Man, it's rap, man. No matter if you cursing or not.
Summertime is an all-time classic.
He can hang with anybody rapping. You know what I'm saying? He can hang with anybody rapping, and his DJ going.
Oh, his DJ is one of the
Gonna
best
kill
to
anybody
ever do it.
DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Ever do it.
So you know, let's not forget, man.
Legend.
So what's that? Where we at? That's 3.
That's 3.
That's 3, man. Then I gotta go. I gotta put EVE in there.
Woo.
I gotta put Eve in there, represent for the ladies. Yeah, I mean, then it's tough with me because I might be going between like, Frankie Beverly. They from Philly, right? Frankie Beverly.
Yes, they
man,
are.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Still,
tough. I thought
Frankie
I knew you was about to go with, but then you said Frankie Beverly. Darn.
Let me see. I can go
so
there
much
for
to
my
choose
last
from.
one, or I can go, or.
Let me see if you think who I'm thinking about, who you gonna go with. I ain't gonna say it. I don't see you gonna say it, but they on your menu. They on your menu. They on your menu for sure.
I was thinking about somebody, but I don't think they're on the menu.
Got a picnic coming up.
The Roots.
That's a major picnic.
There we go. We gotta go Black Thought. We gotta go to Roots.
I was feeling like you was gonna go with the Roots.
we go to Roots. Let's go. Black Thought. Serious. They the whole team serious. The Roots, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And not just,
I haven't had any of them come to the restaurant yet.
Oh, they gotta come. They gotta come check it out.
through.
They would love it.
Definitely.
And not just Philly. You got, man, some Shaun heavily in the art, man.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of dope art on the wall, man. You got Tupac. You got one of my favorites, Lauryn Hill, on the wall.
You can definitely just feel the love coming in, seeing like a house party, like the movie poster.
Classic.
You got the Black Panther on the wall. That's dope. That Tupac piece is amazing. Just the music, like the whole vibe. You come here, you just feel the love, man.
Betty Shabazz,
the legend, Coretta Scott, Angela
Malcolm,
Davis,
Ali,
the Queen,
Nipsey, Black Wall Street, man, you know what I'm saying?
Dope, man.
Got the famous
Chicago
picture.
1941
Sunday
Southside
Best.
Chicago.
Yeah.
What's up, Chicago?
That's a lot of culture right here.
History,
you know what I'm saying?
Some classic movies.
Like a movie
classic movies. Life, Friday, Set It All, House Party,
Exhale,
Boomerang. Like,
so for my people, man, everywhere they looking here, I'm gonna just feel that good spirit, man. Just
Culture.
feel good, and
Yo,
nostalgic, man.
I was literally just telling Carl, I was like, yo, there's like no white people on the wall. And I was like, yo, it feels like good. I'm like, yo, this is amazing.
This is the opposite of doing the right thing. This is the opposite of doing the right thing.
Yo, Shaun, where the whites at?
I said, man, it's, ain't nothing wrong
Our
with
people,
representing,
man. It's our people. You gotta
represent,
represent.
man. Like I said, when I'm in the Maggiano's or the Italian spot, I'm they got their pictures up. I ain't mad at them. Do y'all thing. I'm here for the food, for the pictures, for the music. Italian, I'm in my mode. When I'm in the Asian spot, they got their pictures up. I ain't mad at them. Do y'all thing. I say, when I get a chance to do my thing, I'm gonna do my thing
It's
too.
all about respect.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Do my thing.
So when you in your zone, Shaun, like, what artist gives you that would like inspire you to get that, like influence you to get you going, create wherever you cooking, whatever at whatever zone you in, like what's those artists that get you going?
When I'm cooking, man, you can definitely count on Biggie Smalls. You gonna count on that Tupac.
Woo!
For me, I like that rapid fire kind of motion of Big Pun.
Okay, we just celebrated his 25th, man.
Yeah.
Check out that 25th Capital Punishment 25th, man.
You know, Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, the legend,
Stevie.
the
Prince.
GOAT, the Billy GOAT, MJ. That's my guy.
You know what
I
I'm
will
saying?
take no disrespect to Mike's
Not
name.
at all. Not at all. No
It will not
slander.
be
There will
tolerated.
none.
It will
at
not
all.
be tolerated.
Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And you know, I'm like that, man. You know, I grew up in one of them houses that play music all the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I can go old school, middle school, new school. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just in that zone, man, with all the classic. You know, that's a main ingredient. The music you playing while you cooking.
Yeah.
That's the secret ingredient. You know what I mean? That vibe when you just dancing around, you trying to put something together, you know, working on this recipe, working on this, and you just feeling that vibe, you know what I mean? Making that thing hit. So I'm going to all of them, like a Gap Band, you know, no matter, you know what I'm saying? Legends, man. OJs, we playing all kind of stuff in the kitchen, man. We play it all. Beyonce, it don't matter, man. We playing all the people that we love, that we like, in the way we like to do our thing. And I ain't gonna change that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mess with that formula. Keep it the same way.
Throw a little bit of Patty on.
Patty, oh yeah, you got it. The Patty LaBelle, all of that, man. We going there. You know what I'm saying? Phyllis Hyman, where you want to go? We going there. We got it all on there. You know, even the new cats. We Lil Baby, we playing that. All of that stuff, man.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? Cardi B, we playing all of that. All our new people.
That's dope. Now you mentioned the children's book, so it seems like you have a next phase coming up. So talk to us about that. It seems like you want
being an author and all of that, man. So I got the children's book series called Plant Based, by Base and BASS. So we fusing the plant based lifestyle with the music too.
Gotcha.
Plant based,
Dope.
You feel me? Just, you know, getting the children to learn at an early age about the plant-based living, you know what I mean? Because thing is changing, man. More children are inquiring about, they don't want to eat meat, and, you know, what's vegan or what's plant-based, you know what I mean? So I want to be able to get them children books all around the world in elementary schools and middle schools and stuff like that, and you know, daycares and stuff, that children can read these books and really learn about, because I figured I was, you know, in my 30s before I started learning about stuff that I felt like I should have learned about in grade school.
Right.
You know,
Right.
just hearing about, I mean, kale and all this stuff that growing up, nobody ever served me that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm 30-something years old. I'm just learning about, I didn't know you can eat ginger. You know what I mean? I didn't know you can, with kale, what's that? You know, and dinosaur kale and all this different stuff that, you know, I should have knew about, man. So I want to get kids learning about that stuff as early as possible, man. You know, I got cookbook coming out called Plantopia. And I got a plant-based superhero comic book series called, going by the same name, Plantopia.
Wow, I love it. I
You know
love
what
it.
I'm
I
saying?
love it, brother. I love it.
You feel me? So I'm just, like I said, I'm always looking down the road at what's next, you know. Person told me that, you know, a CEO's head is always up, looking down the road. Everybody else's head is down, working, getting the thing right. But the CEO, your head got to be up, looking at what's next, looking far
What's the
down
next
the road.
move? Yeah.
Any
good
new
look.
things with the restaurant that you want to do that you maybe haven't done yet? Maybe some, you know,
Yeah, so
expansions or
so I want my next move to be in DC.
Nice.
You know, I've been talking to some folks
It's a
down there
nice
trying to
market
get
there.
something
It's a
down there in
nice
DC.
market there.
Yeah, man. You know, but as far as in here, man, it's just, you know, keep on doing what we've been doing, man. That's been successful. You know, we hold events here. We do our comedy shows here.
Nice.
Karaoke nights, brunch on Sundays. So yeah, man, just continue to do what we doing, man. What we doing, and just let God guide the thing and just take the ride.
That's all it is,
Take the
man.
ride, man. You know what I mean?
Dope, good brother, man. Look, man, Go Vegan
Yes.
restaurant, Go Vegan Philly, you know, Shaun Thomas. When somebody look back when somebody look back at your legacy, man, like what you want your legacy to be?
To inspire my people, man. I want to inspire them, to get them to know that you're already doing it. I just want to show you that you're already doing it. Just keep doing it. You know, you look at job creation, right? Creating jobs. Nobody create jobs better than black people.
Yeah.
Nobody on planet Earth is a better job creator. First of all, to me, we the number one resource on planet Earth. You know, they talk about, you know, gold and silver and vibranium and all of this stuff, and titanium and all of this stuff. You need somebody to go get that stuff, and who they normally go get it. So we are the number one energy on this planet that's used the most.
Yeah.
We are the resource of the planet. Everybody uses us. My problem is we don't use us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are already doing it. Nobody had to tell you, you know, go out there and you know, create a job for yourself, or you know, you already creating jobs, because you know why? Even when we do wrong and we go to prison, we just created jobs.
Yeah.
Even when it's the negative, we creating jobs.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because them people can't read and write up in the mountains. Them people don't know shit. And what they do for them? Build a prison.
Yeah.
And who they put in them?
Us.
And who they created jobs for? Them.
Yeah.
Even when you give birth to the next Allen Iverson or LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, you give birth to the next Jay-Z or Tupac or Biggie Smalls. You just created jobs for someone. You just created a whole industry. Our problem is they watch us play the basketball and they watch us do the rapping, and then they go create the industry and come back and pay us the crumbs.
They're the owners. They're the ones writing the checks.
We always the talent, and we never the owners.
Yeah.
I want to flip the thing and start to raise the babies to be the owner. You know what I'm saying? Every black child don't want to play basketball or football or rap. There's other things that they want to do. And I understand them that it's frustrating that you don't have those resources or those outlets there where we live, where it's like, yo, I don't want to play basketball. I'm a scientist. I don't want to play football, man. I'm an engineer.
I want to
You know
do
what I mean?
coding.
Where's
tech.
is
those type of jobs.
the recreation centers for that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't want to be a contact sports player.
Right.
Everybody can't rap and don't want to rap.
Yeah.
But there's a mind that says, I know how to market this. So who's going to teach me to market? Who's going to even teach me about a business or a contract? You know? So I wish, you know what I'm saying, and this ain't no knock on nobody, but I wish that a Puff Daddy or somebody like that would use their Instagram to teach us and teach the children, this is a good contract, this is a bad contract. And don't you know, and I know some people, I'm gonna catch some flack for saying this or being like this, but feel me, understand me. If you can show me you in Gucci spending $20,000 on nothing,
Talk to him.
you know what I'm saying? You can show me you in Louis Vuitton or show me you in Icebox spending $2 million on nothing on jewelry. You should also show me to make sure your people don't get tricked up and mixed up again like we've been getting that. Hey, look, it don't cost you nothing. Just teaching me verbiage, language on contracts. This word means this, perpetuity, and what that mean. You know what I'm saying? Just real and 2 minutes. This is a good contract. This is a bad contract. This is the best contract. This is a better contract.
Yeah.
Close it up like you do when you coming out of the Icebox or the Gucci store and go on to your next post.
Talk to him.
Use our stuff to teach each other, man. Don't use our stuff to make me feel like I ain't shit because I can't afford a Bentley.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I ain't a man because I can't take my woman to go spend $200,000 on Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Just don't teach me to consume all the time. Teach me how to produce, man. Who's teaching the children how to produce instead of teaching black children how to consume all day long?
Spend.
This
spend,
is the thing that you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes I feel like this is why the powers that be keep those in our face. Because the number one thing they teaching y'all how to be is continuing to be slaves and consume.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me personally, I ain't tell nobody else to be this way, but this me. When I see the white man or any other man give a black man $200 million, I automatically know that black man ain't gonna do nothing for us because he wouldn't give him that check if he was. So when he getting $100 million or he getting $200 million or he getting, ain't no play. They know for sure they ain't doing nothing to help them niggas. Because if you was, because they homicidal, not suicidal. They wouldn't cut that check if they knew you was gonna go back and do right.
Right.
They wouldn't even give you the platform. They would shut Instagram down tonight if them niggas start using it for what I just told you to use it for. To educate them. And don't educate them on just where to go spend their money. You know what I'm saying? So even when I get the money, and when Ja Morant get the money, when whoever else get the money, ain't nobody told them what to do with it.
Right.
So this how they end up in the strip club throwing it away. Shout out to my strippers, you know, it's just community service. We gotta give y'all, you know what I'm saying? We gotta give y'all a little something. We gonna always give y'all a little something. Take care of the single mothers, you know what I'm saying? The single mother factory, you know what I'm saying? We gotta take care of y'all. But if you taught us that when we got to the NBA or the NFL, all right, when y'all get that bread, this is what we need to do.
Right.
This is where we gonna put it. We gonna build a hospital here. We gonna build a school there. Just pick one spot and start there first. Harlem, Philly, Chicago. We got to do something because our people gonna continue to go down because they ain't got nothing, and ain't nobody telling them when you get that $100 million, man. Boom, this is what you do. So if you ain't taught me what to do with the money, what I'm going to inevitably do, I'm gonna waste it. I'm gonna blow it.
Right.
Because all you ever taught me how to do through music, movie, and television is how to blow the money.
Hold up guns on Instagram.
I get a PhD schooling on how to blow my money every day.
Crazy.
I get a Harvard Institute schooling on how to blow everything in my pocket.
It's crazy.
But I don't get one single teaching on, hey, this is how you multiply it. This is how you ensure that you can build something sustainable for your people. So just in case you may lose your money, it's here. You can get it right back. But you leaving something behind for the children that's coming behind you. Because if you don't, you know, take Ja Morant for instance. Everybody, of course, gonna go at him. Oh, you stupid! You waving pistols, blah blah blah. Mind you, he didn't do nothing illegal, he hurt nobody. But that's another story. You know, like black man plus a gun equals bad. Like how we get there? You know what I'm saying? But you know, just teach him about manhood, how to be a man. You know, it's like you born a male, you turn into a boy, and then you taught how to be a man. We don't get that last step. So ultimately, we just grown little boys. We just big ass boys all the time. That's why we call the white man what? The man. Because how can I be a man if I send my children outside every day and where they live, I don't own anything? The Asians got it, the Arabs got it, the white man got it, the Italian got it, every Jewish got it. All the men of other races have all the stores and all running all the businesses where you live. Yet I'm a man. I can't be a man. If my kids go outside and I don't have shit there, man.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And this real serious to me above all everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't want to count nobody money. Most certainly somebody gonna tell me I can't tell somebody else what to do with their money, and I can't. But guess what? If we don't have the conversation, then he can always say, well, why you ain't say nothing? Right. Why somebody ain't say something? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, build us something so we don't have to keep begging other people to do something for us. You know what I mean? So people got 1,000 posts, 5,000 posts, but for me, it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all consumption posts.
Right.
So this is why they letting you live there, because you're just teaching them people how to consume, which is perfect for the establishment, because that's how they survive.
Yeah.
Right.
We pay their bills. They living off of all our money.
Yeah.
Everybody living off of all our money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then we wonder why the kids is in the hood robbing and stealing.
Yeah.
Because mommy, daddy, you keep paying everybody else's bills, but not ours.
Yeah.
Right.
You keep building everything for them, and you build nothing for us. For every dollar, you spending 95, 96 cents with them other folks, and then you spending 2 pennies with us. We can't deal with that. So this is why the white folks in Malibu, they children ain't got to do what our children doing, running around like wild cowboys, popping pistols, stealing, trying to rob everybody and killing everything, because they got that wealth. You know what I mean? They got that wealth, man. They got, you know what I mean, they got what they need, that bread. So of course they children ain't got to be in the street, like I said, acting like wild cowboys at high noon all the time, every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're wearing the ski masks because they got something to hide, man. They don't feel good about who they are.
I just seen this kid today. It's like 90 degrees outside. Dude walking around. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
Anybody that's proud, anybody that come from something proud, don't do that.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows who they are, don't do that. Anybody that's actually proud, man, they don't care. They ain't doing that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in Philly, they just told the kids they can't wear the mask on the bus.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, with
You
SEPTA. Yeah.
Because they feel like this mask has been worn in a couple of crimes. You know what I'm saying? As if crime didn't exist before the mask.
Right.
Yeah,
That ain't gonna stop anything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I'm like, okay, cool. If you're gonna take something from the black children, when you gonna take something from everybody else's children? If you feel like this article of clothing has been on a person's body when they committed a crime, and I'm saying like, okay, so what article of clothing are we taking from the police, because they do it too?
Yeah.
They do it too.
I think at one point, remember they were trying to have like a backlash on hoodies.
Yeah,
you know, with Trayvon
but
Martin
it's
thing.
always
Yeah,
we always get stuff taken away from us, as if there aren't Asian gangs in Philly doing the exact same thing.
Right.
So what are y'all telling them they can't wear?
It's crazy.
What are y'all telling the Italian children they can't wear?
Right.
And the white children they can't wear? Y'all don't take any. School shootings is over 200, and they all white boys. But I haven't heard y'all tell white boys once what they can't wear. What they can and cannot do in this world.
It's real shit.
You understand what I'm saying? So I ain't mad. Okay, take the ski mask, but that police badge has been worn in a lot of murders. That ain't no conviction. Cause you gonna tell them you gotta take that off.
Yeah.
Cause it's been in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Take that uniform off. It's been in too much.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying,
Real talk.
we're gonna be equal. Let's be equal then.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I keep seeing you take from me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the psychology on that shit, man. It's just way deep. You know what I'm saying? About why you might see a John Morant. Because if we don't stop the mad scientists, we can't stop anything.
Yeah.
Don't just keep talking about Frankenstein, forgetting that Frankenstein ain't the problem. It's the goddamn evil Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
That keep making them.
Yep.
I ain't mad at Frankenstein. My problem is with the mad scientists. Because if you keep stocking, he's just gonna keep making more Frankensteins. They just gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like John Morant's behavior, then get to the source of the behavior and why it is, and get back there and do that thing. Stop that.
Yeah.
And then we ain't got to worry about it no more, because we took care of the actual problem and not the symptom. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
It's like getting diabetes. Okay, what was the cause of them getting this?
Yeah.
Don't just put a Band-Aid on diabetes and give me a needle or tell me to do. That's not stopping it.
Yeah.
What's the cause? What's the nature of the problem?
Yeah.
If we're not going to get to the nature of these problems, we can't stop nothing. Everybody afraid to approach the mad scientists. But you want me to think the bad guy started with John Morant, or the bad guy started with Bobby Smurda, or the bad guy started with NBA Youngboy. No, they were created.
Yeah.
You get them the environment to get the desired behaviors that you want.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But I still think that like somebody should like, all right, so say this, I'm sick, like, yo, Shaun, you got diabetes, you need to stop drinking soda. And you say, yo, stop drinking soda. Like, I still need to be like, you know what, I need to listen. I need to stop drinking these sodas. I can't just blame Pepsi because I'm drinking sodas. At the same time, you still gotta be held accountable for yourself. Is your dad involved? You got a good team around you. Be like, come on, man, you can't be doing this dumb shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, man, ignorance is way stronger, the strongest thing on earth to me.
I agree.
Ignorance. See, we tend to think that a person can be raised on ignorance their entire life, and then somehow because they got money, they're supposed to wash that away.
Yeah.
He been doing that before he ever got an NBA check.
He's just ignorant with money.
He been doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. We just ignorant niggas with money. That's why we do. That's why we don't have anything. Even though we getting all this money, what the black community get for it?
Yeah.
How many multi-millionaires we got just in the NBA alone? I ain't talking about rap and acting and football and everything else. Just the NBA. If you can count how many multi-millionaires are produced from the black community, it's more than any other community probably on planet Earth.
Definitely.
Right? Just in America.
Yeah.
Why we don't have anything?
It's very true.
That is a scary thought to even think about that. Like,
you know what I'm saying? We ain't just got two multi-million. Every day we pushing is an NBA draft every year.
Yeah.
It's an NFL draft every year. They signing rappers every day.
Yeah.
That's very true.
You could be sitting the bench and still be a multimillionaire in the NBA.
You understand?
if you spend your money
we
right.
We ain't got no hospital.
Yeah.
That's
we ain't got
true.
nothing.
Schools.
Because
when you
you've
look
been
at it,
educated and taught nothing but ignorance the entire time.
When you look at it from that perspective, that's definitely like why. That's a lot of millionaires.
That's a lot of millionaires. All they got to do is just, I tell you this, all they got to do is just say, yo, we ain't buying no cars this year. Nobody buy cars this year. We already got 27 cars. We won't need no more.
Yeah.
Everybody got 27 cars that they can't even drive. I just saw Cardi B on live somewhere in her garage showing all these cars collecting dust.
Yeah, I seen that. It's crazy.
If they just say right now let's just start 2024. If all the rappers say we ain't buying no more jewelry for 12 months, we ain't gonna jewelry that you got. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Right.
You gonna get the girls anyway. It ain't like you gotta buy a new piece to get the girl.
Yeah.
You already got her, and you gonna get another one tomorrow.
You could buy some fake jewelry and people still think it's real.
But just your status or your fame alone won't get it for you. You don't have to keep spending the money.
I seen Floyd Mayweather. He got one house that got like 17 cars just in that house. He don't even know where the keys to it at. Like, he don't even know.
Some of these guys buy so many cars they forget they could have bought a busing company. And got black people from A to B, wherever in Chicago, wherever they needed to go.
Very true.
You could have probably shut down the white person's own bus company and picked up all the black passengers down. They're going to get on your line.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
all that cars like could have bought computers, just anything.
I ain't saying
for
forever,
school.
just for 12 months.
Yeah.
How much money you think could be in that pot if they didn't buy any more cars and jewelry?
A lot.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
And then they say, we're going to take this pot and we're going to pick a plot and we're going to start there. I don't care if it's Jacksonville, Florida, if it's Philadelphia, if it's South Central, Chicago. We're going to pick a plot, pick a spot, and we're going to put something there for those people, for them children, so they can stop running around with pistols and feel like they ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to take from them and blame them and take till you only left me ignorance and violence to get into.
That's all I have left.
That's all I have left.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? To display. You think if they had shit, they would. You think these trust fund kids doing this?
Nah.
You think these kids that come from wealth that's doing this? No, it's poverty. That goes hand in hand. Crime and poverty go together.
Yeah.
So if you ain't going, you got to stop the violence and all, put the gun. If you ain't gonna stop the poverty, you ain't gonna stop that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to stop poverty. I just want to get black people out of it. I don't care who go in it, who else go in it. I just need to get these people out of it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So if I can only be what I see. What I see, okay. I don't really see no men. I see older guys, but they act like boys. So I can just learn by what I see. Okay, when you get money, you got to go get the chains, the rings, the watch.
That's how you be a man.
The car. That's how we measure manhood like that. For how much money.
Exactly.
Not good.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we measure who we gonna follow.
Yeah.
That's the pathway to hell, right there. Because if you measure a man, he's a man because he's getting money. Well, I could show you a 8-year-old on YouTube that's getting money too. Do it make him a man?
Nope.
Nah.
Wake up, people.
I could show you an 8-year-old on YouTube right now that's getting millions for playing with toys.
Yep.
Does it make him a man because he getting the bag? No, it does not.
Yeah.
Stop measuring manhood by this bag theory.
Yeah.
Because he could take women or some women to go splurge and get money. Oh, that's a man. That don't make you a man because money don't make you no man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Providing overall. That means providing discipline, education, knowledge, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you a man.
Character, your
You feel
morals. Yeah.
Boys consume, men produce. Period.
Jules.
Talk to him.
Period. Boys consume, men produce. You got to go from that to this.
Yeah.
If you're still consuming, even though you're 30, you're still a boy.
Yeah.
If you're still consuming, even though you're 55, you're still a boy. Your age don't make you no man.
Yeah.
It's your production, what you're doing, that's going to make that. You understand? So if these kids ain't learning that, what I just said to you, they ain't learning nothing. That's why it don't matter how many Allen Iversons we give to the world. LeBrons we give to the world. Jay-Z's we give to the world. It don't matter to them. They like, just keep bringing them.
Like
Y'all
a
still ain't gonna
factory.
never get shit
Yeah.
anyway on that side because you just keep sending me boy mentality men.
Yeah.
You understand? Unlike George Washington, and they said, you know, when they said white lives matter, they said we're gonna show you because we're gonna own all this shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to say black lives matter in the effort to just make you accept me or make you feel so bad that you give me something because I'm begging. No, if black lives really matter to you, then go build some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I show you that it matters. I'm gonna go build something.
And before we get there, let's start small. Let's support black business.
Right.
Yes.
Every
Let's
day
support
you
black
got to look
business.
for it. Every day that should be first.
Like Go Vegan Philly.
You feel me? That should be first. And if you can't find one, then you got to go to everywhere else to get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you can find, if you need something, toilet paper, food, whatever, pencils, and you can find a black business that's doing that, get it from them.
Yes.
Keep it in the
Yes,
community.
let's
Get it
keep
from
this
them.
thing in the
Yeah.
community. Let's
Keep
turn
the
this
dollar
thing around.
rotating,
Yeah.
rotating, and
Let's,
rotating.
like
and rotating.
Black Wall Street. Let's turn
That's
this
the
thing
only way we
around.
gonna
Let's
come
get
up.
back to it.
Yeah.
Don't look at me as the last resort. Look at me as the first.
Yeah.
They're the last resort. We should
Yeah,
be the
definitely.
first.
Definitely.
You feel me? You are. Everybody need us. We don't need nobody.
Yeah.
Be honest with you.
A lot of Jews, Sean. a lot
Everybody need
of
us.
Jews.
We don't need
Definitely.
nobody. You know why you think they keep going to Africa and keep taking everything?
Yeah.
If they had everything, they should stay where they are. They keep leaving because they ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
But they need us.
Jews.
They
I
need
agree
us.
110%, man.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Jews.
They need us, man. Don't let them keep playing y'all, keep playing with y'all, keep playing with us like that. You know what I'm saying? Get some balls about yourself and man up.
Yeah.
Talk that talk.
Man up. Don't you can't fool me. You might can fool a lot of niggas, but I'm one that you can't.
Yeah.
So I don't care who you are. If you puff that, I don't care who you are. I know who the real man is when they get in that room with you, and it ain't you. It ain't you, man. We can pretend all we want. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't putting your people on the way they should be on, so you ain't the man. They always putting their people on. Asians got the way they putting their people on. Arabs, they putting their people on. Hispanics, they putting their people on. They got a network, and the network, we ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And we got more than them. I don't know who the Asian Puff Daddy. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who the Arab Jay-Z? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we lit over here with mad talent. We the talent of the globe.
Yeah. But it's scary to think like what happened if we all just really just buckled down and just came together, man. We would take over this place.
That's why they got to keep poisoning us from every angle. Because they know what would happen if we unified, if we had unity. We act like we scared of it. We act like we scared of power. Nobody else on planet Earth is scared of power but us.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like black people don't even want you to mention power. Like, oh, no, we don't want that. It's like you think God ordained white people to be over top of us for our existence.
Yeah.
Or any other people. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't telling you to hate nobody. Don't ever hate nobody. I don't have a problem with nobody. But we should have our own things. That way we ain't got to beg you for it.
Yeah.
agree.
Empower yourself.
You know what I'm saying? That's a happy world right there when everybody got everything they need. And just in case we don't, we can bargain. We can, I get you some apples from you, get some oranges from me.
Right.
Watering
what I'm saying?
trees. all
You
that.
feel me? But I shouldn't have to beg y'all for nothing.
Yeah.
For simple stuff that every human should have.
Yeah. Please, oh please.
Rights. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
get human rights, I get civil rights. What the hell is that?
Right,
Who's
man.
civil? Where they at?
Word.
Man,
Who them?
You,
You know
got
what I mean?
Jews for days,
Oh,
Sean, man. Yo, we appreciate you,
Yes,
Sean,
yes,
man.
yes.
Go Vegan Philly.
Yes, sir.
Support
607
my brother.
North Lincoln Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Yes, sir.
Go check it out. You know, that's a social media era. So how can website, social media, give them all that information.
Social media,
Shaun.
GoVegan_Philly on Instagram and Facebook right there. You can reach, and also on TikTok. We Go Vegan Philly on TikTok also. You can always call us at the restaurant 302-543-4431. You know, and that's the best way to get at us. Email goveganphilly@gmail.com. That's how you get at us.
I
Right
guarantee you would not be disappointed, even if you're not a vegan. Like I believe you'll like this
Good
food.
to have different options. You know what I'm saying?
They got different options.
man.
Try it. Yeah, switch it
Anything
up.
else you want to say to the people, potential customers coming
man.
your way? What you guys
Come by and get some of the best food in the world, in the entire world, right here. Go Vegan Philly. Our mission is to change our people from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? Just to change their mind, man. Change their diets. We can change their minds. We can change their habits. We can change their actions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's do it, man. We don't like what we see, then if you hate what you're seeing, then I mean that's your cue to do something about it. Do something about it. You know what I'm saying? I heard a man say black males get antisocial when they're not socially defined. Black males who are not socially defined will become antisocial and then turn on their people. And turn on their community. I don't know. Nobody taught me my job, my purpose to be black and be in this community. They don't get no schooling on that, on what their mission is supposed to be here with us. So inevitably, when I don't have any purpose to be here, I don't feel like I have a purpose, no job, then I'll just destroy.
Right.
I'll become destructive.
Yeah.
But if I'm raised on this is your job as a black man, once you become a man, this is your job. This is just get socially defined what your job is for you and your people. You'll get better results out of them boys that's becoming men.
Yeah.
So, but you seeing what you see because nobody's raising them to say, hey, this is your job, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
And if
man.
they want a job, they want it bad.
Yeah.
They want it so bad, but nobody.
Wow, man. Shaun, man, we
Drop a lot
appreciate
of
you,
jewels,
good brother, man.
Yes.
Go Vegan Philly, man. Make sure y'all come check out this restaurant, man. Dope vibes, love, nothing but love in here, man.
sir.
You gonna feel just good energy, man. Yo, man, salute, brother, man. Keep doing your thing, brother.
Yes.
We appreciate you, man.
I tell you, I was so mad.
Keep doing your thing,
that
man.
first time, man.
Glad
I'm
we
like, man, I gotta-
glad we finally got a
Yes.
chance to connect with you, man. We
Yes.
definitely gotta get together and do something again.
Thank
I like
Yeah.
what you got going on. I support it. We support it. All our supporters, man, come support this brother, man. You might not even knew he was right near you,
Yeah.
like
Right
this
in,
whole
right in the
time.
hood. Right in the hood,
He's
man.
right here, man. This is good vibes, man. He got a great thing going, man, and we want to support this and keep this going right here, man. But yo, man, we Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow us at Concert Crew Podcast. Make sure y'all go download, subscribe. We on all digital
Hit that.
platforms. Make sure y'all go to our YouTube page, subscribe, man.
Hit
We
that
appreciate all the
subscribe.
love we've been getting, man. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Keep on running those videos up, man. As we always say, man, long live our brother Tez, man. We're going to continue to March 4th, man. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Shout out to Shaun.
Go Vegan.
Philly, man.
Yeah.
Concert
Yeah.
Crew Podcast, man. Yo, Pito, hit us with the fader. We out.
Yeah.
Yo.